increasing and the money had commitments attached. The lawmaker has proposed the need for the country to do more to raise its productivity levels in the economy.
If 300 million every 3 months could not contain the depreciation of the kwacha, we then have to agree from the IMF, which is the second installment, will be used for specific programs, not necessarily to come and suddenly change the economic fortunes of our country. And my suggestion, therefore, is that we're not getting enough dollars. The outcry, the cry from the Bank of Zambia governor, Dr. Denny Kalialia, has complained that Zambia hasn't got enough dollars. Now, where can we get dollars? The only way we can get dollars is to be able to get enough taxes from the mining sector, export enough copper out so that we get enough taxes.
Higher Education Loans and Scholarships Board Chief Executive Officer has called for more scholarship slots for Zambian students who study in Egypt. Dr. Machai made the call when he met with senior professors from Japan University for Science and Technology in Alexandria, Egypt today. He said the full scholarships being offered by the university must be taken up by more Zambians, especially that the programs being offered are in science and technology. And speaking on behalf of the university, Professor Suji Hashimoto said that the university will be happy to receive more students from Zambia in the 2024 academic year. Professor Hashimoto said the university does not have any restriction in terms of numbers for any country, hence Zambia can send in the best students through HELSB to take up programs at master's level. Meanwhile, Zambia's ambassador to Japan, Lieutenant General Topli Lubaya, called on the university to open up an e-just hub as it will have a positive impact in Central Africa. This is contained in a statement issued to 5FM News by Chiselwa Kawanda, the Higher Education Loans and Scholarships Board Senior Corporate Communications Officer. In other stories trending this afternoon, the Small-Scale Farmers Development Agency says the sharing of farming inputs by farmers in some parts of the country has the potential to negatively affect the country's crop production. Civil rights activist Brebna Changala has attributed the rise in tribalism sentiments in the country to what he terms as unequal distribution of national resources in as far as institutional appointments are concerned. Up next, business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Economist Kelvin Chisanga has suggested that the government implements a 6-month amnesty for Zambians holding money and assets abroad to encourage them bring them back home to help stabilize the economy. In an interview with 5FM Business News, Mr. Chisanga has expressed concern that some people may be keeping their assets overseas due to fear of legal repercussions, hence the need for the government to issue an amnesty to allow them bring them to Zambia. Mr. Chisanga feels that such a move should a long time ago, as it could positively impact the economy amid current challenges it is facing.
What we are seeing that some of those assets that are outside, they are actually an important asset, which in any case, if we were to look at a way of legalizing or by giving amnesty of about 6 months to bring back the money into the economy, I think some of this will even be able to have a positive shake-up. And what we can also see is that it can also bring forth some bit of normality around even how money should be able to grow. Obviously, this also comes in as a result of the way things are done most of the time. And I think this should have been the first call that the government should have made to
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
In foreign news, votes are being counted by hand in parts of the capital city, Kinshasa, in a election marred by delays and claims of fraud. For the first time since 2006, voting has been extended into a second day in some parts of the Republic of Congo. There are more than 75,000 polling stations across the country, which is 4 times the size of France. A roundup from the BBC.
The UN's food agency says it's been forced to temporarily suspend its work in parts of Sudan's Jazeera state. The WFP spokeswoman for Sudan, Lainey Kinsley, said the capture of the city of Woodmurdany by the paramilitary RSF had hindered its work. There's been no let-up in Israel's operations against Hamas in Gaza as negotiations on a new truce and the release of more Israeli hostages falter. Talks in Egypt on Wednesday said to have made little progress, while the UN Security Council has again delayed voting on a resolution calling for a suspension of fighting in Gaza. A Lebanese woman in her 80s has been killed in Israeli strikes on a village in South Lebanon as exchanges of fire between Israeli forces and Hezbollah intensified overnight. Japan has protested to South Korea after the Supreme Court there upheld lower court decisions ordering 2 Japanese firms, Nippon Steel and Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, to compensate Koreans forced into labor during the Second World War.
In sports news, Buffalo's Women Football Club's amazing run of games without conceding a goal in the 2023-2024 FAS Women's Super League has come to an end with 1 win over Red Arrows. Buffaloes have been scoring goals for fun in the Super League, scoring 30 goals prior to Wednesday's encounter without conceding any goal in 9 matches. That run looked unscratched when informed striker Maylan Mulenga scored with the last kick of the first half to send Buffaloes 1-0 up at the break. That sporting item brings us to the end of the news. Before we go, we take a look at stories making headline. Stakeholders call on Lands Minister Elijah Muchima to retract his statement on land allocation. Emmanuel Mwamba defends former President Lungu's decision to challenge the withdrawal of his benefits in court. And manual vote count underway in DR Congo capital. That is all that we have for you in the main lunchtime bulletin today, Thursday, the 21st of December, 2023. For these and more stories, you can follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM Radio. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Grace Musmuko. Do have a pleasant afternoon.